Fractions are parts of a whole number. The numerator is at the top of a fraction. It says how many parts you have. The denominator is at the bottom of the fraction. It says how many parts the whole is divided into. When looking at the fraction 2/3, 2 is the numerator and 3 is the denominator. This fraction tells us that the whole is divided into 3 equal parts and that we have 2 of the 3 parts. Fraction Guy says, "Let's play with fractions! They are so fun!" I hope you will find them equally exciting. Let's first find a few fractions before we dig into more difficult content. 1 whole, 1/2. 2 halves equals 1 whole. 1/2, or 1 part out of 2. 2 halves, or 2 parts out of 2. 2 quarters, or 2 fourths. 4 quarters. 4 quarters equals 1 whole. 2 quarters equal 1/2. 3 quarters, or 3 fourths. 3 parts out of 4. 3/3 equals 1 whole. 3 out of 3 parts are present. This is equivalent or equal to 6/6. It takes 6/6 to make a whole. 2/6 equals 1/3. 2/12 equals 1/6. 4/12 equals 1/3. 1/3 equals 2/6 and 4/12. 12/12 equals 1 whole. As we increase the denominator, the parts get smaller and smaller. I don't know about you, but I would rather have 1/3 of a cookie than 1/12. 1/2 equals 2 fourths. If you multiply the denominator 2 by 2, you get 4. Now let's multiply the denominator 4 by 2. We'll get 8. 1/4 equals 2/8. If we continue doubling the denominator, 1/8 equals 2/16. 1/16 equals 2/32. 1/2 is also equivalent to 5/10. This makes sense because 5 is half of 10. It is equivalent to a half, just like 4 of 8 parts in the previous problem. Ready for a challenge? Now let's take a look at other equivalent fractions. Two fourths are equal to 1/2. What other fractions are equal to 1/2? Pause to think. Then press play when you have your answer. They could have said 6/12 or 4/8. Let's try something more complicated. 3/4 is equal to 9/12. How many eighths are equal to 3/4? Pause to think. Then press play when you think you have an answer. 3/4 is equal to 6/8. Fraction Guy says, I hope you had a fairly fun time figuring out fractions.